guys, this is Dana and Amy, and welcome to another Soul Sister Saturday. We are so happy to be here to help you guys and answer your questions. We have so many questions kind of built up from the last couple of weeks where we've been gone.
Like 100.
Probably like 200.
100.
Or 300.
Even if there's a million, the answer would still be 100.
It will. That's her answer for everything. That's her funny answer to everything. We have been on the road. We went to Disney World and we went to this awesome event called the Maker All-Star and Disney Side Conference. It was a really long name, but basically it was Maker and Disney had this awesome event to help creators learn all these new tips and tools and learn from other more experienced YouTubers.
Yeah.
You hung out with Shay Carl and your buddy Stampy was there.
Stampy Cat.
And they were so inspirational. I learned a lot.
Yeah. Jellycat was in Florida in Disney World, but he didn't dare come out the hotel. He was a bit jealous of the mouse, Mickey.
Yeah, he had a few little minor issues that we helped him through, but he was very quiet. He stayed in the room with Devin, because Devin stayed in the room a lot too.
Yeah.
The boys just kind of hung out. Wasn't really their scene.
He didn't like the mouse.
No, he was very jealous.
Yeah.
Jealousy's a pretty common issue, isn't it?
It is a big deal. And he has nothing to be jealous for. I can have love for you both. Mickey Mouse is my bae too.
And I think that a lot of us can relate to jealousy. I'm sure at one time or another we've all felt jealousy.
Jelly.
Jelly, oh my gosh. Well, he's destined to be
That's
jealous
a
then.
word. Like on Twitter, if you're jealous or something, to shorten it, you'd be like, God, I'm so jelly of you. Jelly.
Maybe that's why.
You don't need to be
He
jealous.
can't help it. It's in his name.
He was a bit jealous of you in the beginning, do you remember?
Yes.
But he loves you.
I think that the person that's jealous needs to feel loved by the other person too. So
Yeah.
if he only would have hung out with Mickey,
Right.
he would have felt much more.
You.
Yeah, but Jelly just couldn't do it. He just had to
He didn't
stay in his
understand
space.
because Mickey's a mouse and he's a cat and he couldn't understand.
Right.
But it's okay. It's over now.
There's a lot of stereotyping with cats and mice,
Yeah.
and you know, Jelly just was nervous, and it was just one of those things. We helped him through it, and we're home now. But we received a lot of awesome questions from you, and it takes us a while to go through them. A lot of them are deeply personal. A lot of them really are triggering for us on our own path. We really want to help, but sometimes they're really emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So we are trying to navigate the best way to handle the more emotional questions that we get in a respectful way, because some of them are really powerful and some might be a little shocking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we want to respect everyone, all of our viewers on the show. So if we don't pick your particular question to answer, please keep writing. We will respond and offer you support in some way if you don't hear it on the show. So I'd love to start with a question that we got from Amber Jones. She wrote a comment on our last video, Anxiety and Fear, which turned out to be, I think, one of our most popular videos.
Yeah.
Anxiety and fear is a big one.
It is. Yeah, it is.
We all deal with that at some time or another. But Amber writes, I deal with anxiety and fear all the time, and then I discovered this video. I suffer from Asperger's syndrome and I was born with anxiety. It makes me feel nervous all the time for no reason. I watched this video and I'm really improving with the anxiety and fear, and I'm managing to control it. You guys are awesome. Thanks again. So that was more of a comment, not a question.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to share that don't be ashamed of any issues that you have, because no matter how old you are, we all have inner work to do and issues that we're kind of all working through and that come up at different times.
And labels don't define you either.
That is a really important one.
Yeah. Having Asperger's or ADHD or being dyslexic doesn't mean that's what you are. Labels don't control you.
All right, guys. Well, we want to help you with everything that we can and get to as many questions as we can for this particular episode. So we're going to just jump right in here. We got a question from Tiffany Chan, and she says, Hi, Amy and Dana. My name is Tiffany. I want to ask you guys about how to deal with bullies in 7th grade at school. My friends and I are only in 6th grade, and the boys are harassing they're harassing me more than the rest of the group. One of them laughed at me after I fell, and another slammed my volleyball out of my hand during recess once. They really bug me, and nothing seems to be working, even though I told the principal and the teacher, please help me. A couple different things come to mind with this particular situation. For one, I remember that age, and boys would do that kind of thing to girls that they liked.
Yeah.
Which sounds really weird, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
why would boys purposefully annoy?
It's an attention thing.
Yeah, it's their way of kind of flirting in a strange way.
But not always. We're not saying that they
We're
like
saying
you.
that could be one issue. And you know what? I totally trust you, Tiffany, to know, because I think your instinct tells you. So just tune into your instinct. Otherwise, I mean, I really do, in either case, I think it's abusive for somebody to treat you that way. Mm-hmm. If that was an adult and somebody did that to them, laughed at them, or hit something out of their hand, I mean, that's pretty borderline criminal.
Yeah.
what happens in a lot of schools and large groups of kids, a lot of the things that are okay that people overlook
Would not be okay.
you'd be arrested for half the stuff that goes on as an adult. So it's really nothing like the real world in that way to me, and it's sad. So as you said, you talked to the principal and the teacher. I'd say definitely tell your parents, and really, if they can't do anything to help you, go to the principal's office every single day, because nobody deserves to be abused like that.
And talk to your parents.
Right. Tell your parents. If my children told me somebody was doing that to them, I would definitely walk into that school and make sure that it didn't go on anymore.
Yeah.
So I would encourage you just to don't just ask once. You have to go several times and not drive the principal crazy if you have to. And just say, hey, we need more teachers out in the playground to watch, make sure us kids are safe, because we're being hurt, we're being abused, we're being mistreated. And if you speak loud enough.
Yeah. It's never okay either. It's never okay to get abused that way.
Okay, this next question comes from a girl named Nadine. She's explaining that she was hurt by another girl on the playground, and so she went and told the teacher. The girl that hurt her got upset because she, kind of got caught being mean, and now leaves her out of the group. Which is really sad. I remember that kind of thing too. And there's times in life where all you have is yourself, and getting used to being alone until you can be around people that treat you respectfully. It's much better to be alone than be abused.
Oh yeah.
So there is times in all of our lives where we're alone. I'm sure
some things happen for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you weren't meant to be friends with this girl, and maybe that's a blessing in a way that now she's out of your life. And I know that you don't want friends like that.
Exactly. And so you kind of got to trust the universe. I always say to Amy, trust the process, that if you're being kind of like pushed out of a group, don't resist it. Just go with the flow. Go by yourself, or even better yet, if you're strong enough to go connect with some kids that don't have many friends. When you can be a good friend to somebody, that's when you're going to attract more friends. So I think a lot of times with young girls, we think that friends are people that like listen to us or take care of us or are there for us. And that's true. However, in order to have that kind of friend, you need to be that kind of friend to somebody first. Mm-hmm. So you get what you give. So the way to make good friends is to be a good person and to approach somebody who might not have any friends and just ask them about themselves and connect with people. The best friends that I found are people in school that I was not expecting.
Yeah, right.
To be friends.
Yeah.
Because in school it's really cliquey. Like everybody kind of hangs out according to different like social groups. But it's not really like that in the real world. In fact, some of your best friends might be people, deep down that are totally different. You think are totally different than you, but if you really hung out with them one-on-one, you would see they have so much more in common than your own like social clique. The next question comes from Smeow Time. I love these screen names, guys. You guys are so creative. Smeow Time.
Smeow. What do you think, Jenny?
Oh yeah, maybe that's Jelly's friend.
Jelly loves the names.
Smeow. Smeow Time.
Okay.
If you take the time to read this, great. If not, I understand. Well, we're taking the time to read it. So great.
On camera.
Great. I've been going through so much stress in school, and I've been having panic attacks. I always had trouble paying attention in class, so in math I get very confused. I got really confused in math, just so you know. It was never my... It was never. I always was confused. I couldn't learn math like up on the board. I could not.
There's always like, are you a maths kid or an English kid, wasn't there? Like, It's very rare to get someone who's really excellent in both English and maths. Like, that's how your brains are wired, isn't it?
And it's the way that they teach math. It's not really math. It's the way they teach it in schools is so removed from like the actual context of using numbers.
I love numbers.
Yeah, you do.
Numbers are fun.
Amy writes numbers. You do like prime number trees and stuff like that. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like playing with numbers. I'm like, okay.
Numbers are fun.
I'm over here doing my nails and you're playing with numbers. No, but some people are really drawn to numbers. So she or he says, it got to the point where everyone thinks I'm stupid and all of my teachers treat me differently and it makes me really feel like I'm stupid. And when I try to show them that I'm not, I get discouraged. I'm extremely behind in all of my work, so I get really bad anxiety every day. Now that the break is over tomorrow, I don't know what to do. I even considered suicide. Whoa. Well, I will tell you that...
Connor. His name is Connor.
I'm glad you wrote to us, Connor. And this was in the beginning of the month when we got this question, so I'm sorry we couldn't answer it till now because we were gone, we were on the road. But this is very high priority for us. I want to explain to you that what you think is really, really important right now in life, from the broader perspective and the bigger picture, it's really not. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is when you're in school, everything feels so serious and your grades it's put to you in such a way that it's going to be your permanent record. It's going to be forever. How well you do today is going to affect the rest of your life.
The pressure. is immense in school. It's not healthy.
And it's not really honest, because the pressure that they're giving you is to try to get you to do what they want, and that's to like get good grades or jump through the hoops that they want you to jump through. And I want you to know that when you're my age, and Amy's age, this is nothing. This is going to be insignificant, however well you do in this particular math class. I'm not saying that school isn't something that you should do or take part in. I'm saying that do not get upset because you're behind in class. There's times where I was behind. I'd changed schools so many times. I was way behind for months. And it makes no difference in the course of your life how well you're doing in this particular math class. So the anxiety I totally understand, but I think this is a good time to practice really being present. What that means is focusing on just today. Those Zen masters teach that. The Buddhist monks talk about that.
Also think about the bigger picture. Like, how will it affect your life, really?
Right. It's put to you in such a way where the authorities in your life, or the adults, are really looking down on you and pressuring you to do what they want. And so they make it seem like a really big deal. But the truth is, and we would not just be saying this, it's not a big deal. So take a deep breath. You just get through the day. Focus, do whatever you can do. Don't drive yourself crazy trying to get caught up with this work. Just do what you can handle.
Yeah.
If you can talk to some kind of counselor in school, and just it's really important to explain your feelings. Honestly, when I was 15, I was having a lot of trouble. We had moved a lot and had some family issues. And it only took me talking to a counselor and telling her that I had feelings just like this. And she said, okay, no problem. We don't want any student to feel this way. Yeah. If you're feeling stressed, just come to the nurse's office and lay down. And it really took the pressure off. They understood the emotional state that I was in with anxiety and, suicidal thoughts and those kind of things.
The school, they don't usually realize how much pressure it does put on certain kids. Like, it's too much, and it's completely unfair.
I agree, and this isn't your fault, and it's just the way it's been put to you, but you really need to communicate, just like you did with us. This is awesome. You wrote to us and told us how you feel.
And maths is hard. Maths is really hard. It's not for everybody. Schools assume that every kid can learn every single thing in exactly the same way, and that is completely rubbish.
And it doesn't mean you're stupid in any way, shape, or form. I never did anything more than basic math. I never enjoyed it because of the way it was taught to me. It wasn't the way I learned best. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about the judgment about these classes at the small little window in your life. Just talk to somebody you trust to get some help and support while you are feeling like that, okay?
And there is a little secret. No one uses algebra ever in life.
Exactly.
Ever. Or prime numbers, unless you're me. But no one uses algebra.
And unless you're going for a career that requires math, it's one of those things that you use as you need it.
Yeah.
There's never a time where I need to have no...
When was the last time you used algebra?
I don't. I
right,
don't.
in high school.
Exactly, I don't.
Algebra and stuff like that is more logic. It's supposed to like work on your logic skills. But don't stress too much about math. Seriously.
No, definitely not. And so it's not that you're like dumb or stupid with math at all. It just means the way that they're teaching to you is not
the best
way for you to learn. I mean, that's not your fault.
Yeah. One teacher standing in a class with 30 kids and they expect the kids to learn the same way. That's impossible. That's not human.
The other thing is, if you're going through a hard time at home, I know that we went through a lot when I was a teen. I had some issues with abuse and all kinds of stuff going on in my life. And it made no sense to me that in the midst of so much like emotional family drama and trauma that the school expected me to do these like multiplication tables. I remember sitting there thinking, how on earth is this more important than my family falling apart? Like, how could they then get mad at me because I'm not getting good grades on this test? Let your instinct guide you. It's not important. It's not right now. You'll pick it up when you need it. You're not stupid, okay?
We love you.
We do, Connor. So don't sweat it. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. This is a question from B Hugs. Cute. B Hugs.
Bee hug.
Does she hug bees?
Bee hugger.
Oh.
It's like a tree hugger. Hug a bee for Emily.
I don't know if you should tell him to do that.
Don't hug a bee for Emily.
Don't listen to her.
Hug a tree instead.
The bees don't want to be
you
hugged.
You like to hug trees, don't you, sis?
I love hugging. I'm like the old school tree hugger.
You lovely video of yourself hugging a tree.
I did. I was really loving up on that tree.
It was really sweet.
It was awesome.
She gave the tree a big hug. And she said, hug a leaf for Emily 33. Yes. What happens if you kiss it? It was really cute.
It was very cute. I was being very silly, though. You don't want to see it, so don't ask. Okay, this is, hey, Amy, hey, Dana, I have a question. I'm being bullied by my own sister. She's 9 and I'm 11, and she's so mean to me. She kicks me, bites me, not very hard, just slobber. Ew. I hear you. That's almost grosser, isn't it?
Boogers.
Hits me, bugs me. And I've told an adult, my parents have witnessed it, but she still won't stop. I hit back, but not very hard at all. Just so she'll go away. What should I do? Okay, Bryn. And I love that name, by the way. One of my first births that I attended as a doula, they named their baby Bryn.
Bryn, I have a friend called Bryn. He's Pixel Sticks. I'm sure you guys know him. Awesome Minecraft artist. He's called Bryn.
That's an awesome name.
Little sisters are a pain in the butt, huh, sis?
Well, I'll tell you, Bryn, that you can change all of this. That you're the one. You have the power to shift this whole situation. And I'm going to tell you how, okay? When you're locked in this dynamic with somebody, and you back me up, you know this. You've seen it with Tiffany and Ivy. Mm-hmm. When you're locked in this dynamic and you're frustrated with your sibling, you tend to approach it in a really kind of defensive, negative way. So anytime you see them, you're like, get away from me, or stop. And it kind of just like sets the tone for that like negative.
It's a fight. It turns into a fight.
Always. You're the older one. And so you can like hold that bar a little higher. And if you're kind to her, I promise, Bryn, if you go at it like as if she was like a really good friend of yours and you treated her with the same respect that you treat adults or your really good friends, if you approach her with that same love and respect, it will change her. Okay? So I'm not saying it's your fault, but I'm saying that sometimes we get caught in this cycle of this negative relationship. And I've seen it with Tiffany and Ivy. I'll tell you that they're very much like that. They get locked into this cycle of just like annoying each other. So whenever they see each other, they're like, get away from me. Don't sit so close to me. Stop it.
Never hit back.
Yeah. I mean,
violence is definitely not the answer.
And I think just like being mature and setting the example and talking to her and saying, what's the matter? You know, hitting and screaming is a form of communication, and it just means that you're not really understanding what she's trying to tell you. So if somebody's hitting you, it means that they've tried to communicate in other ways that you may not have been in tune with and been able to listen to or hear. So focus on the needs under her behavior. Try to connect with her. She's the only sister you're ever going to have. And
apart from soul sisters.
Apart from soul sisters. We don't do that. I don't know. We always laugh about, like, if we were real sisters when we were little, would we be getting along
each other?
How would we have been? You'd be stealing my clothes. You'd be cranking your music. I'd be cranking my music.
You'd yell at me?
No, I wouldn't. I always was really nice to my brother. I have 2 little brothers, and we get along good for the most part. My brother wanted to be a boxer though, and he used to we'd wear boxing gloves and like box each other, but we got along pretty good.
I think me and you'd run away together somewhere. Go on an
probably would have burned the house down.
Oh yeah,
probably.
Accidentally.
Yes.
Would have gotten into some mischief, I'm sure.
I'm sure. But I would just communicate to you, Bryn, I'm sorry, but it's really important in these kind of relationships to take responsibility for your role in it. If you're kind to your little sister, she's more than likely going to be kind back. You know, little sisters look up to their big sisters so much.
Yeah.
She looks up to you. She wants to be like you.
Even if she doesn't say it, she looks up to you.
Right, and totally, she just wants to be accepted by you. So when's the last time that you invited her into your bedroom to hang out or made a snack for her too?
Go to the candy store and buy her a favorite candy bar. And just give it to her as a gift, and don't even give a reason why. Just be like, because I love you. And see how things change from that.
Yeah, awesome idea, sis. You have the ability, Bryn, to change this whole dynamic because kindness is what gets kindness. The only way to get kindness and love is to give it to somebody. It's karma. Have you guys heard the word karma? You get what you give. The energy you put out to the world is the energy you're going to get back, always. So really think about the energy that you put to your little sister and see how you can change that. And I promise she will mirror back whatever you give to her. So be sure to write to us and tell us how that works.
Yeah. Send us a picture. If you buy her a candy bar, send us a picture. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, it's like a secret little sister tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so take anybody in your life that you're not getting along with. A lot of times we're just really upset and hurt by how they've treated us, so anytime we see them, we're negative. We're just in that space, and it just keeps perpetuating the same behavior. Well, change it. With anyone in your life that you're having a hard time with, change it. Be kind, be loving, and see, like magic, how that comes right back to you from them.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Soul Sister Saturday. We had a great time helping and answering questions and connecting with you all. We love your pictures. We're going to put them up at the end of this video, like we always do. So be sure to send us more pictures, more questions, more comments, and more love. And thank you so much for being part of the Soul Sisterhood. We love you. Bye, guys. Welcome to another Soul Sister Saturday. It is Dayna and Amy here to help support you and answer your questions with struggles you might be going with. Through with. It's been a while. Okay.
guys.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it.
It's just funny because you like looking. And
I'm like, bam. I'm like, hi guys.
she's a chipmunk.
Jazz hands. Hi guys.
It's fairy.
My chesticle.